Shalom. Today we'll begin a new series titled, The Heart of Man. The various sessions will be illustrated with images and biblical references. I ask you to share our work to spread the gospel of salvation. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do so now. Also, please leave a comment and a like. Thank you.
The heart of man can be a temple of God or a workshop of Satan.
The heart that chooses to be the temple of God rejects sin. The Apostle John, in his first letter, chapter 3 verses 6 and 9, says, "Whoever abides in him does not sin. Whoever is born of God does not commit sin, because God's seed remains in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of God." The heart of the man who decides to be a workshop of Satan. The Apostle John continues in his first letter, chapter 3, verse 3, "Whoever commits sin also commits a transgression of the law, and sin is a transgression of the law." Verse 8, "Whoever commits sin is of the devil, for the devil has been sinning from the beginning. For this reason the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil." Two people have an interest in the heart of man. Satan has every interest in destroying. Also in the Gospel of John, chapter 10 verse 10, Jesus said, "The thief comes only for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. But I came that they might have life, and have it more abundantly." Who is the thief, the murderer, and the destroyer? The answer is Satan. In Genesis, chapter 3, verses 1 to 24, he did all three. In fact, at the beginning of creation, Satan deceived Eve and stole from man all the glory and riches that God had given as an inheritance. Through inducing man to sin, man experienced death, and thus Satan brought about death, separation from God. Finally, he destroyed the deep friendship that man had with God. His destructive intent is not yet abated. In fact, it is even more aggressive because he wants to take as many people as possible with him to hell. The heart of man without God is like this. In Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9 it says, "The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately sick. Who can know it?" What do the various figures depicted on this slide represent? This figure represents the face of a person full of thoughts, and the face usually reflects everything that is within the heart. In the Gospel of Mark, chapter 7 verses 21 to 23, Jesus himself confirmed, "For from within, out of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts, adultery, sexual immorality, murder, theft, covetousness, malice, deceit, insolence, envy, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within a man and defile him." What does the figure of the peacock represent? While everyone admires the beauty of the peacock, here in the human heart it represents the sin of pride. Lucifer, the guardian cherub, once the bearer of God's light, and also God's messenger, sinned with pride, becoming a bitter enemy of God. Two Old Testament prophets speak of this. Isaiah chapter 14 verses 9 to 17. And Ezekiel chapter 28 verses 12 to 17. Pride comes from the depths of hell. Solomon writes in his Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18, "Pride comes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." The goat. It is typical of an animal filled with all sorts of lusts and emanating a very unpleasant odor. This represents carnal desires, immorality, fornication, adultery and practice, the so-called emancipation of the modern age. The Apostle Paul, in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 6 verses 15 to 19, writes, "Do you not know that your bodies are members of Christ?" Paul himself, in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3 verse 17, says, "If anyone defiles the temple of God, God will destroy him, for the temple of God, which temple you are, is holy." The pig is a typically filthy animal that devours everything in its path. In humans, this represents the sin of drunkenness and gluttony, as does the heart of the sinner, which absorbs every suggestion, every unseemly expression. In the Old Testament, specifically in Deuteronomy chapter 21 verses 20 to 21, it says that the stubborn, the gluttonous, and the drunkards were put to death by stoning. Proverbs chapter 23 verse 21 and Proverbs chapter 28 verse 7 says that gluttons bring shame upon their father. Paul, in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 6 verses 9 to 10 says, "Do not deceive yourselves, neither immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterers." Read the next verse for yourselves. Paul himself, in his letter to the Galatians, chapter 5 verses 19 to 21, reiterates the same message. "Now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, licentiousness." Read the following verses for yourselves. The turtle symbolizes laziness, which puts off day after day what should be completed immediately. Laziness, when it comes to the salvation and spiritual well-being of our souls, leads to perdition. It prevents us from praying, from seeking the profound mysteries of God, from possessing God's abundant promises. It always puts it off until tomorrow, and in the meantime, ruin comes. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7 to 8, Jesus said, "He who seeks finds. He who does not seek is only a sluggard." The writer to the Hebrews, chapter 3 verses 7 to 8 states, "Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts." The figure of the turtle also symbolizes the sin of witchcraft. Its shell is often used to perform witchcraft rites by the indigenous people of South Africa. Many in the Western world practice such magical rites in the most desperate forms, rather than trust in the living God. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verses 10 to 12 states, "For all who do such things are an abomination to the Lord." In Revelation chapter 20 to verse 15, John writes, "Outside are the dogs and the sorcerers." In Leviticus chapter 19 verse 31, it says, "Do not turn to mediums or sorcerers." In Isaiah chapter 8 verses 19 to 20, it is explicitly stated, "When they say to you, 'Consult mediums,' and mediums who whisper and mutter, should not a people consult their gods? Should the living consult the dead? 20 Hold fast to the revelation, to the testimony. They will certainly speak this way, which offers no hope of dawn." We've reached the end of this first episode. In the next episode, we'll continue with other figures. While waiting for the next video, I ask you to reflect, allowing the Holy Spirit to examine your heart. Listen to the announcements at the end of this video.
I hope you enjoyed this session. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next video. Also, share this video with your friends. God bless you.